and welcome to the Blue Tardis podcast, Series 2. Today I'm joined by my good friend, Jackie Boy.
Why did you choose this one for me?
Well, it's simple. This is one of your guilty pleasures.
Damn right it is.
Damn right. Obviously today we will be looking at Love and Monsters. Without a doubt, for me, the worst episode of Series 2, but for Jack, bizarrely one of his favourites. Okay.
It's one of those weird ones. I know it's awful.
Oh, it's an awful episode, but it should be fun to watch. Alright, let's start.
And
If you would like to watch along with us, press play right now.
Running.
Shaky cam, shaky cam, shaky cam, shaky cam. Meanwhile,
at the BBC's personal quarry.
yeah, I swear to God, they must have their own quarry. Immediately, this is like interesting. You know, you get a brand new character which you've never seen. Looking at Tardis,
Abandoned quarry.
Quarry. You know, and he clearly knows what it is as well. It's a very odd one. It's a good mystery straight away. And then you realise, oh no, this is going to be his episode, isn't it? Now, I do know for a fact that this episode is just found footage, the episode, essentially.
Not as bad as Sleep No More.
Yeah, Sleep No More is found footage. I mean, this isn't found footage, this is just, like, not the found footage, but archive footage, that's the one. It's archive footage, the episode. Which, to be fair, you know, depending on how it's done, it can be fun. Oh, God, okay, right. Suddenly you switched over to YouTube.
2006 YouTube.
2006 YouTube, yeah. Oh no, we are still watching Doctor Who. Okay, right, this is going to be interesting, this one. You like this episode. You like it.
Because of how bad this episode is. It's how not to do a Doctor Who episode.
Yeah. Like, in all seriousness, I do think you should have the actor who played Elton pop up on the title screen instead of the Doctor and Rose.
Yeah.
That would have been quite interesting.
And the actress who played Ursula.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
Raw.
Right. Raw. Really? Really? Is this what you're doing now, Doc? Yeah, definitely a good start for a series, isn't it? Good starting series, this is.
You know, that it reminds me of, you know, when Super Rose was there, the Golden Gold.
Yeah. The Golden God. Ah!
Oh, well.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? It is literally Scooby-Doo, this, isn't it? You can even see where it jumps.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It's so bad. To be fair, do you know what this reminds me of? Attack of the Grask.
Oh, yeah, wasn't it online at a point, that?
It was on the TV, but it's like an interactive thing.
Oh, yeah, on the red button.
Yeah. It was awful, and it does remind me of that quite a lot, to be fair. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is interesting, right? A general audience, well, general public person, you know,
like
encountering the Doctor. This is interesting. It's just the execution of the episode is bad.
And for the original plot of this, you know, he was meant to see some classic enemies as well.
Okay, now that would have been cool.
But no, last minute, before the final draft, Russell T Davies scrapped all of it for New Who.
No, bring in the classics. We want to see the classics.
Yeah, this is the prime opportunity to breach that.
I mean, sure, we've already had Sarah Jane in this series. In fact, the episode that you done.
Yeah.
Right?
And K9 on top
And
of
K9.
that.
So why not some classic monsters? That would be brilliant. Hell, we've already had Cybermen in this series. So why
and
not?
Daleks last series.
Yeah. And Daleks, you know. Why not? And also Autons as well.
Yeah.
We've had all of them. So why not?
Oh, movie mistake. Where's the camera corners?
I know. It's 2006 quality. We need to have those in. It's demanding.
Oh, look, they're back.
And they're back. He's gay! Sorry. Oh, dear me. Yes, it did.
You still live in your mum's attic.
Yeah, still live with your mum and dad. Okay, this is cool. Seeing the Autons back again. This time, actually, with an updated mask.
Yeah.
They actually had updated masks for Series 2. Not many people know that, but it's true, they did. Because they no longer look like wax. They look more like plastic now, which is exactly what they should be looking like. By the way, just for the sake of convenience, we are recording this the same day as school reunion, so I still do have a cold. I probably won't do for the other episodes, but I don't know. I'm not in the future. But hey ho. What are you going to do?
Big Ben is still facing the wrong way for the Roman numerals.
Yeah. He shit himself. To be fair, do you know what this is like? Just like a Karen watching Doctor Who. And there was glass everywhere. I mean, literally everywhere. A little tiny puddle. You know what, it's nice how they use the music from the episodes as well. But that's literally it.
Moaning Myrtle.
It is, it's Moaning Myrtle. And Peter Kay. I hope he doesn't come back. They don't get many Eltons, do you, Jack? They don't get many Eltons. Apart from, the obvious. Depression, kids. That's what it looks like. I mean...
Blah, blah, blah. Get to the point.
I mean, I wish that we could skip this, but unfortunately we can't for the podcast. Because otherwise it wouldn't be...
Much
fair.
point.
Wouldn't be much point. We don't need to know this about you, mate. We don't need to know this about you.
Or see him dancing away.
I mean, we really don't. We really, really don't. I will say, the first time this episode came up on broadcast...
All the way back when.
Bearing in mind, this is just after the 2 Satan episodes. Masterpieces of episodes.
And they are still.
Please do watch that one. I think it was going to be a banger. But yeah, these two...
College alcoholic. Did you
this
see how many
guy's
balls? Yeah, in the background just then.
I know. My Invasion blog. Jeez. Who remembers blogs? Who remembers doing them? Back in 2006. It's even got a light. Yes, we've seen this clip. Oh, this episode's so shit, it really is. Okay, I'll tell you what. Out of all the podcasts that we've done up to this point, this is the worst episode of the lot.
I agree.
Yeah, easily the worst of the lot. Easily. Like, I would rate this as bad. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't rate it as bad as The Silent of the Daleks, because nothing will be as bad as that episode.
That's how not to do a Dalek.
Yeah, that's just how not to do a Dalek episode at all. But this is just a bad Doctor Who episode. But even as just 45 minutes of TV, it's bad. It is just a bad bit of TV here. It's not even a real Doctor Who episode, really, is it?
No. Besides the opening credits and the last, 10 minutes?
There's nothing much for Doctor Who. It's just this bloke talking in front of a camera, telling him his experience of Doctor Who. Oh my god, we're literally parodying this episode. We've parodied it for over a year now. Look at it. Nah. I mean, what is this? There is no specific thing for the Doctor. The Doctor's not a specific thing in the universe. He is just the Doctor.
He's a space hobo.
Yeah.
Helping people.
Exactly.
Not how I find with New Who, they're trying to make him Space Jesus.
I'm trying to figure out what that bit of art is. It's modern art, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's it a tribute to?
Modern art.
Oh dear. This episode's awful. Linda. That's what they choose, Linda.
Yeah, you put so much effort into this, don't you, bless?
Yeah.
I wondered why no one remembers you as soon as you're absorbed.
Yeah. Thank God there's only half an hour of this episode left. Mercifully. Mercifully, it's a short episode. And the women... Ugh. Thank God. Something's moving. I generally thought the cameraman fell to sleep.
I think there's more movement in Elton's beer bowls in his room than this actual episode.
I mean, why? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's nice how the Doctor brought these people together.
Yeah.
Right? It's nice about that. And sort of a way, it does represent the Doctor Who fans as well. Because that's what they are. They are Doctor Who fans. And it's nice to see. But we don't care about that. We don't want to see this. We would rather see the Doctor face the Absorbal off in a full 45-minute episode rather than just 10 minutes.
And have 3/4 of the episode of just random people doing random stuff. Yeah. No, that's not good entertainment.
No, it's not. I mean, this episode is the 10p episode.
Well, you can tell it's on the budget of 10p.
Yeah. 20p now. New guitar.
Well, they did spend out on the new strings.
Yeah, they had to. Yeah, it's nice, but she is definitely not playing that guitar. She is definitely not.
Well, none of them are really playing.
I mean, look at her in the background, Moaning Myrtle. That's not how to play a guitar. Oh, God. It's so bad! It's so bad! Why is this episode so bad? Why? This episode should at least be decent. If we just had Elton talking through his experiences of the previous episodes, it would have been great. But no, they had to include all this shit. I would much prefer Elton just talking to a camera for 45 minutes, going about his daily life, and encountering all these villains.
And is he like Jesus of this building or something? Had control.
Lights! I mean, why is this guy needed? Peter Kay is not needed at all. He's just not.
He's only here because he's a big name.
Yeah. And because he's the only one that would fit into the costume. But...
you can adjust the suit to...
Yeah. Sorry, Peter Kay, if you're listening. I doubt you are, but... you know,
I know he hated doing this.
I'm not surprised. This episode's absolute bollocks. It really is. It's just this group of people never needed to exist.
No.
This episode didn't need to exist, to be fair.
But since it does exist, it needed far more polish for this.
Oh, about a whole season's worth of polish, Jack. This episode, honestly, should have been cut on the cutting room floor. It's how it proves how rushed Series 2 was. The fact that Tooth and Claw was built in a wheel. Built in a wheel. Yeah.
Teeth
built
in.
in a weekend. Got my teeth in finally. And this episode just might as well not even exist.
It only exists thanks to Blue Peter.
Thank
that
you,
it's
Blue
still
Peter.
running to this. I doubt it's still running, but
I don't know if it's still running. I generally don't know. And to be honest, don't really care. Because Blue Peter made this episode worse. It would have been great to see Elton come across a brand new villain, then the Doctor stops it. Which is sort of what happens in this episode.
it's just
But I would have loved if, this episode was just Elton talking about his experiences of classic villains. You know, bringing them back, short in their original costumes, right?
to fit into.
Just to fit into everything. But it would have been great. Because you wouldn't need all that much. And you really wouldn't. I would love it. I think everyone would then, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Right, just a random bloke going across.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, and let's say that after this episode, he then gets picked up by the Doctor and then becomes a new temporary companion.
And when did he have all this time and permission to get all these desks and files and that down here?
Exactly. Why are they all of a sudden in the school? Ugh. I mean, this story is awful. Don't get me wrong, I like the overall plot, how Peter Kay's villain is trying to get these four people to encounter the Doctor so that he can ambush the Doctor. But that's only on the absolute baseline. It's everything else with this episode is just
Awful.
bad. It really is just bad. There is nothing that happens.
So I still can't see her more than moan and Myrtle.
Sure, let's put a book through her head so that she can't sit. 10 points if it goes through her stomach. 50 points if it goes through her head. Oh dear. Who's her? Don't be so vague. We know who the Doctor's travelling with. Sure, they may not know her name, but we do. It's obviously Rose. And I do like how this has sort of become like a sort of underground base of operations for like trying to capture the Doctor. I do like that.
But at the same time, this is a prime opportunity to not have David Tennant's Doctor for this.
I would love if like Paul McGann was the Doctor in this and just a brand new companion. Maybe Elton is a companion of Paul McGann. You don't know. It would be great.
Or, any of the previous Doctors.
Yeah.
And said companion.
Yeah, I would love it. Right, why would you say that? Why would this woman say that to someone random who has a photo of Rose? You're in London. Cardiff.
You know, he could be one of those creeps.
Yeah, he could be a very, very strange person who kidnaps people. And he really could be. Washing. I mean...
His plan clearly doesn't work here. What if he doesn't have the right amount of change here?
Is that your...
No, I'm just saying it. Like, you know, just his plan can easily crumble at any minute.
Yeah.
I know it's on the spot.
Oh, yeah. Right, Jackie, I know that you like to open your legs to literally everyone here.
And just making channel chit chat.
But Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice to have a little chin wag with people.
Oh. I'm surprised she's putting them in. How many times she doesn't wear them, considering Jackie.
Exactly, it is Jackie. I mean, I love how his plan worked perfectly because Jackie is, let's face it, a bit of a slut. She is a bit, isn't she?
Yeah.
Like,
Russell wasn't making that subtle at all.
No. He really wasn't. Like, I do think that this episode does have some bright spots and has the potential to be a great episode, but just not anywhere near where it should be, especially at this point in the series as well. You know, I have issues with the whole episode here.
Yeah.
Right? Especially later on when Jackie does find out that, spoiler, you know, Jackie finds out that he has a photo of Rose. Right? You know, that's fine. But he could just be one of those creepy people.
You know, that's what most people will think. He's a creep.
Yeah. He's a creep. He's not looking for the Doctor, he's looking for Rose. Right?
And God forbid whatever he...
Yeah, God forbid whatever he wants to do with her. You know, God forbid, I wouldn't like to say. But, you know, yeah, Jackie's smart, right? She knows it wouldn't be for Rose, it would be for the Doctor, right?
But, you know, if it wasn't for the Doctor...
A random person, just to say, oh yeah, she lives over there. Go to this number this time and she'll be there. No. It really does annoy me, this episode. A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. If you could tell.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Peter Kay. I'm bleeding.
It doesn't sound natural, does it?
No.
I know it's an alien, but come on, like, surely he's been on Earth long enough to know...
Exactly. I mean, we don't say it, but apparently he does have a skin suit the same as the Slovene. Right? And he does. He does have the same sort of skin suit feature.
But where's the suit for it, though?
Exactly. But it's just, this whole episode's just, it's bad.
Oh, bye, Bridget.
Bye, Bridget. Don't get me wrong. You know, I like how Jackie is trying to get with Elton. You know, just for something for her to do, really. Whilst Rose isn't here, which is nice to see.
Some everyday
shit, which is what I've been calling out for Doctor Who to do.
One for the mums.
Of course, it is one for the mums here.
And
My God, Jackie.
And one for the dads.
How short do you want that skirt? My God.
Look at that grape juice.
It's so tempting, isn't it? Just chucks the wine on him.
It's called The Grape.
They had to do things the French do there. That's Jackie for you, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's so Jackie. Well, yes, your daughter's travelling.
Your daughter's gone. I don't know, she's sort of just on an asteroid somewhere, you know, fighting a demon, possibly.
Somewhen.
Who knows? Oh my god.
Not even subtle.
It's not subtle, is it? I mean, that weren't subtle. This isn't.
No,
Ruined.
it doesn't seem creepy, but just swap that entire interaction around.
Yeah.
Then that would be completely creepy.
Very creepy.
But apparently, since it's like this, it's okay.
To be fair, I'm thankful that Doctor Who's a family show and not Torchwood.
Yeah.
Because you know where this would have gone if it was Torchwood.
Yeah.
And to be fair, this is sort of Sarah Jane level. In all fair, maybe a bit more than Sarah Jane, but, you know, you're showing nipples.
Yeah. Definitely that 12 certificate.
But, so that's what Series 2 got it for then. Just his nipples. Okay. But, it's a bad episode, this is. I don't know how many more times I can say it. It's just a bad episode. And sure, it's nice how Jackie does still care about Rose, even though she's still not here. And yeah, it's
I
her
hope
daughter.
so, Sam, considering she's Rose's mum.
Yeah, I know, but, you know, it's nice that Rose phones her as well. I know that we saw her do it in Impossible Planet, but she couldn't quite contact her. But it's nice to see that in Avengers that aren't on TV, she is then phoning her mum. It's nice to see. So you friend zoned yourself. Got ya. You're on a promise then, Elton. You're on a promise.
Who collects pizza?
Yeah, who collects pizza? You get it ordered, mate. Twat. Sorry to interrupt this episode of the podcast. However, we do talk about suicide later on. Please leave if you do not want to hear about it.
I didn't like that level.
No, neither did I. I mean, to be fair, it's really odd, this episode, because it is an oddball episode. You can't really rate it as a Doctor Who episode.
No.
It is just 45 minutes. It's basically EastEnders, but with Doctor Who characters.
Oh, like that Children in Need special.
Yes.
Celebrating 30 years and not...
Yeah. See, this is cool. See, this is good. From
That's
Jackie.
a funny £10 note.
Jackie, what were you doing with that?
Look, here in the midst.
To be fair, that is clever from Jackie. She worked out that it was for the Doctor, weren't for him. Or weren't for her, sorry.
I was going to say...
Well, it could be for him, but not for him. Oh no, now I've gone cross-eyed. I suggest you don't worry about this sort of thing and just enjoy yourself. And that goes for you all too. Yes.
Well,
I mean,
he's already outside. Where else is he going?
I mean, this is just EastEnders, but just with Doctor Who characters. We really can't have an EastEnders episode for Doctor Who. You really can't. It's bad. When your hobby turns out to be work. We used to have fun, goddammit. We used to have fun. No, it's not. Yay! Does that mean the episode's over?
No.
Oh.
We've got another quarter hour.
Oh. Please, someone end this torture, please. Can Mr. Skinner come too? No, just us two. To be fair, it is a good incentive to find out what the Doctor was doing in his flat.
But sometimes
But
you don't
do you
need...
really want to know?
Kind of like how Agent K in Men in Black 3. You don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
Exactly. I mean, sure, it would be interesting to find out, but what if your parents were aliens? You know, what if your parents were psychos? What if the TARDIS accidentally crushed them? You don't know, do you? It's just...
Yeah, and, you know, Victor had given out the numbers, right? Why didn't he give out numbers sooner?
I know. Just...
When they already have their numbers anyway for...
Oh, I left my phone. So, even the acting shit. They misspelled libraries.
Common theme for this series.
Yeah. That's why I said it's spell only with an E. Oh my god. Now, Jack, prepare for your Lord and Saviour. The ultimate villain ever in Doctor Who.
The Absorbatrix.
The Absorber thing. Absorbaloff. Yes.
Yes, that was it.
I mean, the fact that he's hiding behind a newspaper as well.
And you can tell next series is
Yeah.
plot, vote Saxon.
God damn it.
Oh, the
Jeez.
CGI on Skinner there, it's awful.
Yeah. He moved. A thing. Do you know what he does remind me of? Syl.
Yeah.
He does. He reminds me of Syl. Oh, Enterprise. Oh.
Oh, that effect.
I know. It looks so bad.
I think.
You can't see. I'm close, I think. Of course.
It's
Of
literally
course.
talking out of his arse.
Yeah. It's 2006, isn't it?
Peak of comedy.
I love how they've actually got a folder called Tardis. Just saying. Is this just the all I'm going to do for the entire series? Just look at background details of all the episodes rather than actually watching it? It might be interesting to do that, I don't know.
Well, you should know by the time all of this is up.
Yeah, sure, probably. I'm sorry.
But with the,
You know, it's times like this where I love Doctor Who because it's so shit.
okay, if that's what it takes, my main question is, like,
I know what you're going to ask. Cause
first one, if you have an itch as the absorber, do you absorb yourself?
Huh.
Considering you obviously need to touch to scratch.
I think as an itching post is a mandatory thing on their planet. And also, how do you absorb it off as fuck?
That's the main question, isn't it?
Yes. Jesus Christ. I mean, this is lovely of Elton. I love it.
I know he's only... That's how he eats.
Mm.
But, like...
Really? They even absorbed your glasses? I mean, you could make it more of a threat, couldn't you? You really couldn't make her less of a threat.
No.
Like, oh no, he's gonna eat you. Jack, well, she's gonna eat you. Then he's gonna eat me. Oh my god!
And this is a stupid
Oh my god.
He could have just let Elton go here.
Yeah.
And make him look like a madman.
Yeah.
Because who would believe a big green blobbing alien that has multiple faces?
Exactly. And also, surely if someone ever did believe them, or if Elton said that this bloke had murdered 3 of my friends, right, then the police would come and he'd have more of a meal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love how Elton just willingly accepts it, by the way. And then the TARDIS. See, this should have been like the opening part of the episode, in all honesty.
Maybe in an alternate timeline,
yeah,
from the Doctor's point of view, it was.
Yeah. And then Elton comes along for the ride, for the next episode, you know? It'd be great. I love that line. That line is brilliant. And to be fair, that's very much like Rose. Rather than picking on the alien, she just picks on Elton because why not? Because she's a bitch.
Well,
you upset my mum.
Well, for this point, yes,
Oh. Clom. Oh, Clom. The question is though, who would want Clom?
Oh, you really want to know?
Is it Davros? Davros wants Clom.
It's because no one else wants Clom.
You can have Clom. That's fine. Oh dear.
I'll contact that line.
I'll absorb it unless you give yourself to me.
I'll contact.
Oh dear. Of course the Doctor would never let him be absorbed. Of course he wouldn't. Of course. Like, really? Really? By the way, I love if you look at all the details on the costume itself. They've got older faces on them.
And scars.
Like in the folds and scars where other faces have been. Like if you look on his shoulder, you can see what remains of a face. Right? So it gives the context of like this creature's been around for years and years and years and just keeps feasting, and eventually the faces will just die out.
My question is, for species, why do they need a cane to stop them from absorbing? Think of how many generations of absorbeloffs, you know, been absorbed on Clom alone before they got that technology.
Oh my god, the pavement's talking!
Only the highest of highs do get that.
Oh my god, that effect's awful. Bye-bye, Alton. Bye-bye.
You should see the end. That's even worse.
It's terrifying. Ah!
No, that was Morning Myrtle.
No, that was the pavement. Says the doctor. Oh dear. Now, it is a sad ending for Elton, but I wish that is where it ended.
Yeah, look at the empty beer bowls.
Yeah. It'd be great, like, if Elton actually had depression after seeing the doctor.
And losing his...
And losing everything he ever loved because of the doctor. Right? And to be fair, this is where I wish it was a Torchwood episode, because I would love to have seen Elton sort of commit suicide in a way. Just like, you know, because of the doctor, I've lost everything. And there you go. That would have been very dark.
But it's
Torchwood. You can't get away with it. That would have been brilliant. You know, I think, yeah, it has the connotations of that, but obviously it's perfectly fine. It ends up having a happy ending anyway. But, you know, it would have been great. Sort of like Graham.
Yeah.
In series 11 and 12. You know, the doctor invites him along because of his grief.
Yeah.
Over using Grace, I think.
Yeah, that was her name.
But, you know, I think Elton going on board the Tardis would have actually
helped him
a lot. And I think that would have made this episode a lot better. Because we would have already known Elton at this point. That would have been brilliant. But no. It doesn't go for it. And I think it's a massive missed opportunity. Yeah, the next episode is Fear. Just bring him along for that. And then ditch him for Army of Ghosts and Doomsday.
You know, like they've done with Adam.
Yeah.
Last series.
Just bring him along for just one episode. Right? It would have been cool. Right? Would have been relatively cool. I think, personally.
And this was like a note he left for whoever owns this flat.
Yeah.
Like his landlord or whatever.
Yeah, it would have been brilliant. That is definitely not them singing.
No.
Hee hee. To be fair, I like that. Like, you know, if you do get into contact with the Doctor, expect to lose everyone you love. Oh my god.
This is a fate worse than death, I think.
Fate worse than death. There is no life there, is there? The Doctor trying to be kind. Ooh. Elton, fetch a spade. Oh dear. Oh. A slab of concrete. Oh my god.
You couldn't take her out anywhere, could you?
No.
Because she'll be taken away by, you know, the government.
They have a bit of a love life.
Oh,
what did they do?
Well, after this episode was aired, there was a ton of like BJ jokes and that.
Well, I'm not surprised. Could be a nose job. Oh well. Well, luckily, this is approaching the very end of the episode now. Luckily. Ugh, it's been a long one. You know, the school reunion didn't feel that long, did it?
No, for the same amount of time.
The same amount of time. Didn't feel that long. This feels like a long episode.
At least double than what it is.
Oh, thank God. I've never been more happy to hear this outro. Of course.
It's a shame this one's also another bad one coming out.
Yeah, it's a bad episode, this is. Oh dear.
But on the whole, though, for this story.
It's just, oh man, I just don't get it. I really do not get it. I think that this episode is awful. Just an awful, awful episode. An episode that should never... let's have a look at who actually created the Absorber off. I'm pretty sure it says it in the credits.
Oh, they do.
I just want to have a look
It was
so
a
we can blame
9-year-old kid. There we go.
William Grantham. Right. Or Grantham. Right. Absorber created by William Grantham. Fuck you. For one thing, fuck you. Right? You created the villain in one of the worst episodes ever in Doctor Who. However, it's brilliant that, that he has created a villain in Doctor Who. It's just a shame it's a bad, bad villain.
Yeah.
A very bad villain. Played quite well, though. Played quite well by Peter Kay. In all honesty, I'll give him that. Peter Kay done bloody well with this episode. I didn't think he was out of line with the Absorber. I thought he played it quite well. But yeah, it's just this episode anyway. It's just awful.
I can see why he hates, Doctor Who for this,
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. So, what do you think of this episode?
It's a guilty pleasure, but I can 100% agree why everyone hates this story. It's awful.
Yeah.
Like Orphan 55, it's awful.
But I love it. Because of how bad it is.
Exactly, but it's just awful for the sake of being awful.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's not even a Doctor Who episode. It's not even a Doctor Who episode, so you can't really rate it as a Doctor Who episode. It's literally just Coronation Street, but with Doctor Who characters. You can't really say anything more. To me, where would you rate this episode? On a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the worst, 10 being heaven sent.
0.
A 0. Fuck me. But, okay, I'm going to say it is a 1. And the only reason why I would give it a 1 is because of Peter Kay's performance as the Absorbaloff. And the fact that William Grantham created the Absorbaloff. That's that. But I don't think it's warranted anything more than a 1. In all fairness, I really do not think it's warranted anything more.
But for me, there isn't, outside of being a guilty pleasure of mine, there's nothing to this episode.
No, there really isn't. And it feels long as well. For a 45-minute episode, it feels a lot longer
than what it actually is.
Yeah.
Feels like I'm just watched the 90-minute episode.
Yeah. It feels so long. Like, it's unbelievably long. Anyway, that'll be it for today. Thank you very much for watching the Blue Tardis podcast series 2. Next week, it will be Fear Her. Again, I don't know who's going to be hosting alongside me, but there we go. Right, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.
But for me, there isn't, outside of being a guilty pleasure of mine, there's nothing to this episode.
No, there really isn't. And it feels long as well. For a 45-minute episode, it feels a lot longer
than what it actually is.
Yeah.
Feels like I'm just watched the 90-minute episode.
Yeah. It feels so long. Like, it's unbelievably long. Anyway, that'll be it for today. Thank you very much for watching the Blue Tardis podcast series 2. Next week, it will be Fear Her. Again, I don't know who's going to be hosting alongside me, but there we go. Right, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time.